Hello, welcome to another video. In this one I'm just going to be modelling something quick, and as you can see I'm just basically making something up as I go along here, and it's just going to be a bit of a practice for hard surface modelling. I've been unable to do any videos for a while, just real life getting in the way, but just wanted to make a little quick something. So this thing's going to be a spaceship, the kind you get in TV shows like Red Dwarf, where it's basically a mining ship. So I'm just starting off with some booleans, and I'm just going to make segments of this ship and then see how it goes. Also in the video I'm just going to give you a sort of little update to the channel. So I have upgraded to Blender 4.1. It does take a while, I find, to swap over to a new version and get all your add-ons working how you had them before. Some no longer work, and some you have to find little workarounds for. The auto shade smooth thing is kind of annoying. I've not really looked into ways to fix that yet. I know there are a few. I've seen videos on Blender Bros have shown a few videos about some add-ons you can get for that, so check out their videos. But yeah, so at the moment I'm just sort of trying to make this part of this model look interesting so that I can add things to it. I don't really know what it's going to be or how it's going to look at the moment. So I'm just sort of ad-libbing. I've just got a general idea of the overall shape at the moment. So I'm just booleaning shapes together and then repeatedly having to re-add shade sharp by angle, which adds in sharp edges on everything, which is really annoying. Another little update is that I am currently trying to also learn Unreal Engine 5, possibly with the view to doing making my own small games. But for the moment, I'm just sort of trying to get to grips with the basics of it. I spent a little while researching it beforehand just to see if there's anything it can add to what I can already do. And if you're thinking of doing a similar thing, I can actually say it probably can, because within Unreal you've got I think it's called Lumen as the render engine, or the lighting engine, and it just makes your renders look a lot better. There's also a thing called Nanite, so you can do large complex scenes if you've got millions of polygons of say foliage, for example. That Unreal can handle that no problem. At the moment I've just dabbled in it a little bit and kind of got used to the interface, so I'm kind of going to be working through that. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing videos on Unreal yet. It kind of depends on how good I get with it. I'm not advanced enough in it to show you how to do anything in it myself, but it might be fun to do as a little sort of learn along type thing. If that would be of interest to anyone, let me know in the comments. I did have a little play around with importing some of my previous models into it, specifically the mono drone bike thing that I made a little while ago. I set that up in there, and you can go into a third-person game mode and run around your object and look at it from different angles as if you're in-game with it, which is pretty cool. Just also played around with the material editor in it, and just tried sort of setting up the materials as they're supposed to be, and also just recoloring different parts to see if it's fairly simple to do. And for the most part so far it has been. With Unreal Engine 5 you also get access to the Quixel Megascans library, and you can import loads of different assets from there. I had to go at importing some modular wall pieces, and I've also got a plan to do a Blender video on how to make modular pieces as well, because the sizes are always a bit of a bone of contention with people. There are sort of default sizes that they use in games for how high should a wall be if you're going to crouch behind it, for example. But equally, they usually make walls a lot taller than you'd think, purely because of it looks strange with the character and the camera angle for walking through them and things like that. But there are a few different ways of doing it, so I'll be looking at those in a future video. I realise it's been quite a while since I've done a video. Like I said, life's just so hectic at the moment, so hoping to get get back into it a bit more. So I thought I'd just do this video time-lapsed as well. It's just a very simple thrown together model. I'm not doing a high poly, low poly. I'm just going to do the model as it is and then texture it procedurally. If you wait till right at the end, or if you want to skip to the end, there are some renders that I did with it fully textured. They kind of look like they do in the thumbnail for this video, but they have also been enhanced a bit in Photoshop. I just gave them a little bit of post-processing just to make them pop out a little bit more. So at the moment on screen, I'm just making some sort of boosters or exhausts for this spaceship. They're very simple, and I'm just going to sort of place them where I want them, and I'm just grid filling the ends of these circles just to make the topology nice. Not for any purpose whatsoever other than my own OCD about such things. So just using a mirror modifier to space them out evenly. And just intersecting them with the body slightly. The sharp angles are a bit of a pain in the arse with the new auto smooth. I find that I just either clear them all or keep reapplying them until I get what I want, or I have to put them in manually. I do believe there's an add-on that might have been Ryu from Blender Bros. I'm never sure if I'm pronouncing his name right. I think he had a video that mentioned an add-on you can get, which solves that issue. I know we're on Blender 4.2 now as well, but I always leave it a little bit because I don't trust new versions of things. I always think they're going to break my computer. Plus, as I said before, constantly setting up your add-ons is a bit of a pain in the arse. I was looking at my channel the other day and realising I hadn't actually got a proper video out probably since the turret tutorial, which was a really long series. It went on way longer than I was sort of expecting it to. But I do want to kind of get back to doing sort of shorter videos, because that's always kind of been the thing I've wanted to do with my channel, is get to the point rather a lot quicker than a lot of other channels do, because I find a lot of channels will take 30 minutes to explain like a 5-second concept, just with, say, mirroring angles or something like that. So I do try to do that. Obviously this video is about 10 minutes, but that's largely I just wanted to use this video mainly to talk about what I'm doing with the channel and what's going to be coming up hopefully in the second half of this year. If there is anything in particular you'd like me to see me do a video on, just let me know. I'm not an expert in all things Blender, as someone weirdly accused me of being in a strange way the other day. I've been learning Blender for about a year and a bit, so definitely not an expert in Blender. I've been doing 3D for a lot longer than that, probably since about 2013, I think it was. I possibly started, and most of that has been towards the game asset pipeline, so high to low poly, and then sort of a generalist working on many different things such as lighting, rigging, texturing, a little bit of sculpting, but not too much. This thing I'm doing on screen at the moment, this was from another guy's tutorial. He had, I'm going to link it in the description because I can't remember what the dude's name was at the moment, but it makes this really awesome sort of procedural rock material, and I've been wanting to do something like this for a while, for another project where I've got sort of floating rocks with a kind of green capped bit on the top, and so I'll be revisiting this later. I'm just doing this quick for this video because it's not massively important. This is just like a thrown together piece that I'm doing. I'm just sort of angling this and sort of molding it into position. There are a few nodes that are different as well, because obviously this was Blender 4.1 and they had an older version of Blender when they made it. Also, one of the what's it called? The displace modifier has got a thing set to position on it, world position, and you can disable that so it stops changing the formation of the rocks as you're moving the thing around. I didn't find that out until after I'd made the video though, so that's still in there for the time being. I'm just adding these cables around the rocks. These plug into the parts on the side of the ship. And now I don't show the actual texturing process because it was getting too long, and it was it's all done procedurally. But in a second you'll see the versions that I finished up with. Okay, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.